I'm Greta Nance. I have been with Amelia Aesthetics and Amelia HQ for over 20 years now, and I am the Director of Brand Strategy. So basically, I oversee all things look, tone, and feel from our website to helping create patient education, so patients can find and be prepared for surgery at any of our Amelia locations.
Hi, my name is Gianna Molina and I'm a nurse here at Amelia in Raleigh. Along with Dr. Pyle, we are building out a functional medicine concept for women.
When we first opened our practice over 21 years ago, we realized women were really at the forefront of who we were serving. And there weren't a lot of male-run plastic surgeons' offices focusing on what is important to a woman. So we really took that concept and ran with it, and every detail in our practice, every piece of the patient interaction, every communication method is with, honestly, moms in mind, moms and women. From our children's area in the waiting room, so women know it's okay to bring your kids, we understand that's what your life is like, to very comfortable living room feeling warm environments versus cold clinical experiences. As well as we've put a lot of touches in when it comes to the clinical experience on the surgery side of things.
So the clinical side, the day of surgery and all of the days leading up to it is just as important as when you first navigate to our website. So we get to work together with clinical and non-clinical team members who have the best interest of the patient at heart. And we ask ourselves, if we were a woman walking into surgery, if we were a woman walking into a pre-op, if we were a woman walking into a consult, what do we need that day to make sure we're not just checking the boxes, but that we're covering all of our bases in terms of comfort and relatability and feeling welcome and feeling like you're not just a patient in an office, but you're coming on as a team member with your surgeon to really move forward through this process as you work towards your goals.
From even before surgery, we have put a lot of emphasis on showing real patients on our website and to each other versus stock photos. I think a lot of offices still use that, and that's really difficult for a woman who is already coming in and concerned about something on their body to see photos and a website filled with airbrushed 21-year-olds that isn't at all what they look like. When we were redoing our office 5 years ago, we decided to show our patients themselves and give them a chance to show a great picture of themselves or their family, and in their own words, explain how this transformation has changed them.
Yeah, I think probably one of my favorite parts of it is that it's not our story to tell. It's their story, it's in their voice, and it's just a little paragraph, but it is showing why these women came to us and what they were able to take for themselves, right, as they've moved forward after surgery. So it's one of my favorite features that we have in the office. So we are in this time right now, Dr. Pyle calls it our crafting and growing stage, which I think is really apt for what we have going on. So we're going to be moving into this beautiful new space, this new med spa space that is currently under construction downstairs. And it's a space that we didn't consider provider needs or storage needs or things that frankly nobody cares about when they're a patient. We really thought about the women we serve, what kind of women that we are taking care of and what they need out of their med spa provider space. So when you walk in, you don't just walk into a waiting room that's comforting and inviting, you also walk into a waiting room it's functional, right? There's working spaces, there's outlets, there's Wi-Fi that's easy to connect to, the password's easy to spell. All of these things are very, very intentional. And I'm here because I was a patient first. And when I walked into Amelia, that was so apparent to me that these details were taken care of. And as a nurse, I think that is what patients deserve from their healthcare. And in that same spirit, I realized that women were having the same experience over and over and over in their healthcare. And it was, you come into your doctor and you're just not feeling well, and you have your labs drawn and you're told, your labs are normal, I don't really know what's going on, maybe you're anxious, maybe you're depressed, maybe you should try, sleeping more, which would be wonderful if you were able to, right? It wouldn't even be in here. So that is sort of where Amelia Health was born from, of realizing that we could take a model of care and we could find a better way to do it.
It has been very natural for me when working with Amelia Aesthetics for this long and serving women and creating things for women to also make partnerships with other women-owned business or women-run businesses in Raleigh. It's natural. I was doing it anyway, but luckily this place has provided me a runway to do it even more. So it's really, I live in this community. We love this community. I'm not going anywhere. It is so fun to go to the grocery store or go use a patient who's a realtor friend to buy my house, like Carolina Collective, and authentically champion other small businesses like ourselves, because we get the same love back from a lot of our local partners too, and we truly use them. And it's a lot of fun to get to share what we do with our other friends in other industries in this area. So that's a big part of my role. So yeah, one of our favorite events is the Kentucky Derby party with Carolina Collective every year. It's honestly become something really big that Amelia geeks out about and gets really excited about who gets to go. Gianna made probably the best hat this past year with our Amelia branded stress boobs in her hat, which was a lot of fun. But it's really fun to support other local businesses who are helping the community, which is what our goal is as well.
Prior to coming to Amelia, I was a nurse. I worked in the hospital, and I think I can really understand how the time you spend in the hospital it's some of the worst days of your lives a lot of times, and especially for families who are trying to maintain the sense of normalcy. I think that the Ronald McDonald House as a resource to these families is, you can't overstate it. It's really just a little bit of comfort and a piece of home. So I feel like it's such an honor and a privilege that we get to work directly with a company like Carolina Collective that supports something like this. And then when I was buying my house, so I bought my first home last year, I felt like an Amelia patient going through the process because it was easy. I was anticipating it was going to be daunting, overwhelming, stacks of paperwork. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this before, and it just wasn't. It was so simple, and I felt guided through the whole thing. So I was really grateful for that, and I hope that we can sort of give some of that back to our patients too, just some of this like ease.